stopped for photos every time I'm online for the Snow White ride, and it is I have to pretend like, oh God,
I love you.
Come on, go vote blue. And if you disagree with this sentiment, just hit the unfollow button.
Fancy marketing and basically begged fans to like both Rachel Zegler and the Snow White film. People just didn't.
How does Rachel Zegler go from Spielberg's Golden Girl to performing for free outside Broadway theaters because her tickets are worth less than a coffee? The answer has to do with public outbursts, eyebrow-raising comments, and a self-inflicted career nosedive she may never recover from. It's not just a fall, it's an Olympic dive into bad PR and controversy. What mistake lit the match? Stick around, it's a wild ride. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
So, over the years, obviously, Hollywood has had a bunch of actors and actresses who have been very strongly disliked, whether they deserved it or not. Fancy marketing and basically begged fans to like both Rachel Zegler and the Snow White film. People just didn't.
Rachel Zegler's career started like a Hollywood fairy tale. A breakout star from New Jersey, plucked from obscurity by none other than Steven Spielberg, who cast her as the lead in his highly anticipated remake of West Side Story. Spielberg called her talent remarkable, critics lavished praise on her performance, and Zegler picked up a Golden Globe. It felt like she was on the fast track to Hollywood domination. But then came the reminder that even fairy tales can have ugly plot twists. While she won awards, the movie she carried flopped at the box office, grossing $76 million against a $100 million budget. Hollywood noticed. It wasn't starting to look like a fluke, but instead a sign of risk. Then the missteps started piling up. The first major blow? Her controversial comments about Snow White. Disney, hoping to reimagine their iconic 1937 film for a new generation, cast Zegler in the title role. But instead of celebrating the classic, Zegler called it outdated and dismissed the prince as a creepy stalker.
I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story. She's gonna be safe with the prince, and she's not gonna be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be. With a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird. Super weird. So we didn't do that this time.
This comment did not sit well with fans of the original, who took to social media in a fury. Worse, insiders reported that Disney, the company footing the bill, wasn't thrilled either. Rumors swirled about a so-called Rachel Eraser program, with her screen time being cut in edits and marketing materials subtly sidelining her. Whether true or exaggerated, the damage was done.
Zegler made a post on Instagram saying, "F Donald Trump, and may Trump supporters and Trump himself never know peace."
Come on, go vote blue. And if you disagree with this sentiment, just hit the unfollow button. Our rights are on the line, folks. Our reproductive rights.
Then there's her 2020 Instagram post that resurfaced, where she targeted Trump supporters in language that was less than diplomatic. Sure, being politically outspoken isn't unusual for celebrities, but let's just say her approach came off more combative than charming. When critics piled on, she didn't exactly soften her tone, she doubled down.
For a very long time, it seems that nobody has quite captured the public's disdain like our girl, Rachel Zegler.
Weird.
Her disrespect towards the original animated Snow White film, and the many comments that made people very upset and basically put her on.
All of this created a snowball effect that couldn't be stopped. Zegler's reputation shifted. Fans once considered her relatable and magnetic, but now, more like divisive and risky. Casting her was starting to feel, for studios, like inviting controversy. Spielberg's next big thing had become Hollywood's next big headache, and things were about to get even worse. But if you thought the movie mishaps were bad, just wait until we talk about Broadway. When your tickets go from $500 to free, that's not just bad, it's rock bottom with a side of public humiliation. Rachel Zegler's Broadway stint in Evita turned out to be a disaster that not even her impressive voice could save. Playing Eva Peron at London Palladium should have been a major victory for her, a way to silence critics after her recent controversies. Instead, it looked more like an elaborate joke at her expense. Let's start with the price drop because wow, does it set the tone. Tickets for Evita were originally priced at $500, a premium you'd expect for a name actress in a beloved musical, but sales tanked faster than anyone expected, forcing a series of discount strategies. And by discount, I mean some people paid nothing. The show even offered free outdoor performances, which is just a fancy way of saying, please someone, watch this. Imagine buying overpriced tickets, only to learn the same performance was being handed out like free samples at Costco. Here's where it gets even weirder. Zegler's outdoor performances meant that paying customers, who were still stuck inside, ended up watching her on a screen instead of live. Critics didn't hold back, branding the production a giant prank. Picture buying theater tickets and walking into what feels more like a Black Mirror episode than Broadway. One reviewer even questioned whether the production was trolling its audience. To her credit, Zegler's vocal performance was highly praised, but when the backdrop is a collapsing production and financial flop, any talent gets overshadowed. By the end, the show wasn't remembered for its music or acting, but as a public relations obituary. It solidified Zegler's new reputation.
But a lot of Rachel Zegler's initial stupidity really could have just been chalked up to being a young person and growing up in a very, very politically polarized period of time. And before long, her trashing the original pieces of the adaptations that she was performing in became kind of common.
Not as a rising star, but as a walking cautionary tale. Behind the scenes, the fallout left its mark. Studios, worried about her marketability, reportedly tested trailers without her name. The results weren't flattering. Audiences simply preferred not to see her at all. So, what now? Has Hollywood decided to move on? Or will she find a way to rise from these ashes? Time might have a say, but right now things aren't looking good. Rachel Zegler's career feels less like a Hollywood fairy tale and more like a cautionary what not to do manual for fame. Her rise was meteoric, but the fall? That's what people will remember. Why? Because it's not just about talent in this industry, it's about perception, and Zegler managed to shatter hers faster than anyone could have predicted. From clumsy social media rants to doubling down on polarizing opinions, she turned what could have been a connection with fans into a PR minefield. Whether she stages a comeback or fades into obscurity, her missteps are now a case study in self-sabotage.